The biggest story, it continues to be the torpedo bats in Major League Baseball. And most recently, Elly De La Cruz, 2-homer night, 7 RBI night, as the Reds absolutely put on an offensive clinic and destroyed the Texas Rangers. Elly now the next torpedo bat endorser after what we saw last night.
I mean, I always said that Elly was this good just because he was one of those guys that could do something crazy, and that's why he's somebody who could win NL MVP. But not really surprising. I mean, I feel like this is just what it's going to be now as more and more people start to use it and more people start to have success with it. This is just what it's going to be. And it's legal, and it is what it is, and Major League Baseball said it's fine, and everyone can sit there and say, well, baseball should do something about this. Whatever, man. Like, it's fine. All of your children are going to be fine. You'll be able to tell them at night that the torpedo bats are legal. Like, I saw somebody on Twitter say, well, if hitters get to use torpedo bats, pitchers should be able to use spider tack. Great. Awesome. Let's do it. Bring it back. I am fully on board with that. Use all the substances and let Jerks and Profar play again, I guess. But let them use whatever they want. Who cares?
So the torpedo bat with Elly De La Cruz, I mean, like 7 RBIs, PJ. This was nuts, like what he was doing against the Texas Rangers. Unfortunately, I was on Texas in the show yesterday. We gave out Texas in the first 5. Kumar Rocker got rocked. Like, that was not a pretty performance yesterday in Cincinnati. But I mean, like, if this is what it is, like, I don't think Elly is going to challenge Shohei Ohtani for NL MVP. Like, I think Shohei is just going to continue to do his thing. But, like, I mean, knock on wood, barring injury, if Elly can do this kind of damage with the torpedo bat, in addition to what he does as a fielder and also running the bases, like, this is the kind of guy that could end up being like a 10-win player if it's this good from an offensive standpoint.
100%. Elly is the guy that I usually like to target when I'm betting MVP, because my thought process, Femi, and Jake too, I try to target guys like when Acuna won MVP because of the new stolen base rule that obviously is now like 3 years old. These guys that have the ability to hit like 30 homers and steal 70 bases, I feel like unless you're Aaron Judge or Shohei and just doing like insane things and hitting like 55, 60 bombs a year, those are probably going to be the guys that kind of win it, right? Guys that can hit 35 homers and steal 70 bases. And Elly obviously has that kind of potential. Bobby Witt has that kind of potential. That's why we saw him in consideration last year, and he was obviously batting like 340. So I loved Elly coming into the year. Francona now is his manager. I love that too. People obviously were really high on the Reds to win the Central. So I think Elly, as long as he can stay healthy, man, and be more consistent, for me, he's a guy that I'll be looking to target like a bunch to win MVP. He's got the kind of skill set that I think now that we're seeing more and more players steal like 50, 60, 70 bases a year, I think he'll be in the conversation as long as he's able to hit like consistently, have a decent batting average, and put up decent power numbers.
Yeah, I mean, I think what's really interesting about this conversation is that, like, this torpedo bat, I doubt it's giving people superpowers, but like maybe it's giving them at least marginal powers to where a player like Elly, who is already really good, maybe he's now great at the plate, or a player like, I mean, I don't know, like Anthony Volpe, who's like below average, if now all of a sudden he's average at the plate, like that's where I think from a betting standpoint, like how are we supposed to interpret like the very, very small sample size that we have so far this season? Like, and then Jake, I'm curious to get your thoughts on this. Like, are you looking to now bet all these torpedo bat guys? Because that's now out there. Like, everyone's talking about like, hey, like this guy used the torpedo bat and this guy used the bat and this team has just ordered all the bats. Like, is there even value betting this? Because it feels like just 5 days into the regular season, we all know what's up with the torpedo bat. It's now leading national talk shows that would never talk about baseball on April 1st.
Let's put it this way. The Yankees play the Diamondbacks tonight, and the Diamondbacks opened minus 105, and the Yankees were minus 115. I bet the Diamondbacks. Seems like a lot of people bet the Diamondbacks because now it flipped, and the Diamondbacks are minus 115 as the favorites. So I'm not just going to the altar of the torpedo bat and just, praying there for no reason. Like, I told this to you guys. There are sports books out there doing tabs for just torpedo bat bets now. Fun's over, guys.